Joining us now, former CIA Director James Woolsey. Great to see you, sir, tonight. So when you look at this attack, what does it say to you?
I think things are going to pick up here for the rest of Ramadan, which is over, I think, just after the 4th of July. I think it's quite clear that ISIS is ranging, as one of your previous speakers said, all over the world. This is a worldwide terrorist movement now. We may have choked off the expansion of the caliphate in Iran and Syria, and if that turns around and we can do away with that. I'm sorry, right, Iraq and Syria. If they could turn that around, if we could turn it around and make sure that that continues to shrink, that would be excellent. But we still have the folks in the caves and the apartments and watching television and getting radicalized, and they're going to be, I'm afraid, with us for a long time. I
mean, I know you lived in Turkey for 6 months. You're very familiar with this airport. How would you describe this particular attack?
Well, this is a very heavily fortified airport, lots of levels of security. And so I guess I'm not too surprised I didn't get past the first level of it. But it's a formidable structure, and the Turks have worked, like the Israelis, have worked very hard in trying to make their system, if not invulnerable, at least limited to killing a few people when someone attacks.
It seems pretty brazen. I mean, it just seems, I guess that's what ISIS does, but you tell me.
Yes, this is like negotiation from Iran. It's not about anything other than showing power. It's not about anything other than having your foot on the face of your adversary. And in order to honor Ramadan and to show how strong they are, an attack of this sort from ISIS is definitely there.
This is how they honor their holy month, these ISIS fighters, by killing a bunch of innocent civilians. I want to ask you, I mean, we've seen so many atrocities, it's hard to really, you know, anything is possible with this group. Right. The stepping up of security at U.S. airports, good idea? I mean, you heard Catherine's report that, that our officials believe this may have direct implications on the security at U.S. airports.
It probably is. It's probably going to be driven by intercepts of communications, and not necessarily breaking any codes or anything like that, just the data that is out there all over the place from companies, from consultancies and the rest. On any given day, if they put their minds to it, Google and Sapient know a lot more about behavior patterns of people during the day.
Because, you know, what we saw in Brussels,
does.
And we'll still wait to hear about Istanbul, but what we saw in Brussels and that attack we saw in March was they got smart and they didn't use cell phones because they understood that that would be tracked. So it's, you know, they're sort of catching up with us as we catch up with them.
It's a little bit like electronic warfare. It's one step this way and one step that way. They may have used cell phones less, but perhaps they use throwaway cell phones now, or they're on Twitter, or they're on Facebook. Watching all of that is going to be necessary, unfortunately, in order to get some kind of advance warning of things like these airport attacks. If we did have advanced warning, I would imagine it came from something like millions of bits of data of some of these consultancies and the like.
Now, Turkey has got a lot of security, and they watch this very closely, but they, like we, only have so many resources, and you can't watch all of them 24/7. Right. That's what everyone keeps telling us. James Woolsey, thank you, sir.
Good to be with you.